So yeah, that's my solve. I mean, so for me, I'm looking for a kitchen-sized area, which I think I'm looking for a run. So like a river steady flow. Obviously, I have my answer. Like I'm looking for the water in general. Like I think I'm looking for a run in the water, an area where there is a steady flow. There's not no flow. There's not rapids or a changing flow or a perennial fluctuation. Like an area where there is a steady flow and potentially a rock that is not submerged, that is interacting with that area somehow along that way, and potentially past the bridge, and maybe I'm recreating. So like if I do that and I follow that area, I'm gonna go past a bridge before I get to another bridge, and maybe like between those two bridges, which is funny, it's an area I've walked again, but maybe like in the water, like intentionally, like really getting in there and focusing on it. Like none of this is going to be new to me. Like I've done all of these things before, just independently, and maybe out of range, out of focus, like not specifically dialed in. And I mean, I think I am looking for like a kitchen-sized spot in the river that is going to be like a run type space, and it's interesting. So yeah, I think that's the solve. So we start in Tucson. It's Posey's time. It's Dad's standard time. Posey's on the road. We're going from Tucson on the I-10 East, like we're going to Alamogordo, like we've done all this time, except like impossible things happen right at Deming, and we're gonna apply those impossible things, like make me remember Gracie's Grail and the Apache map, and we just happen to go by that exact area. And if you take lift and turn and apply that, that's going to take you from the southern resistance area to the northern resistance area, which is the Gila Wilderness, which jives right with when he's talking about Deming. And so right where those two concepts jive, lift and turn, Deming, impossible things, we're going to get off at that exit. And it just so happens that that exit is onto Highway 180. So lift and turn is doing the 180, meets Highway 180. That's going to take us to Silver City. If we dig into Silver City, we're going to find Dangerous Dan Tucker. And then we're going to think, oh my God, Tucker led us here, or Tucker wanted us to be here. Maybe this is how Tucker was named. Maybe this is, like, surely Justin knew about this character in the Old West who is probably one of the most underrated in terms of, like, he was an infamous legendary figure who also, he kind of mirrors Sheriff Plummer in like the good and bad, whereas Sheriff Plummer was, I would say, more bad than good. I would say that it's close, 51-49 maybe. Maybe 52-48. Like Dangerous Dan Tucker was good. He was a lawman, and he was just a lawman that would usually give you like one chance to surrender. And so if you surrendered, he might let you, might take you into custody, and then he might get your day in court or whatever that is, or maybe he wouldn't. I don't know. But if you resisted in any sort of way, or even didn't comply, like nowadays, you would not be surviving nowadays, because he's like, put your hands behind your back and like walk out the building, and like the guy didn't do it. He kept walking, shot him in the neck. I think they said he killed over like 30 people during his time frame, and most of them may have been, they were justified enough to the point that he continued to stay a lawman. He got promoted. Like, he was always just on the cusp of being in trouble, or like having that's the smoking gun kind of sort of thing. But like, he was always just enough on the good side or on the right side of each individual thing that came up, that like he had his kind of career until the point that he just kind of disappeared. I think he moved to California, and then he kind of like fell off the face of the earth. But yeah, I mean, he's a legendary figure. A lot of people avoided going through Silver City because of him. He he also participated potentially in like some robberies with some like iconic figures, and so he does have some interesting parallels. But like I think we're supposed to get there. I think we're supposed to find him. I think we're supposed to see Silver City. I think we're supposed to realize the name of the mountain spirit byway. There's more to that name. I'm sorry, I forget it. But like that screams Tucker to me that he's leading us along this byway to the monument where there used to be a locked gate that's going down and where wagons used to go. That used to be 1.25 miles of like just downhill, steep hill with a locked gate at it, and you have Doc Campbell's post office where it's like a all-you-can-do store, and like it's post. The Gila's hot springs are a stone's throw away from this area. It's man-made, so I think it's more of a symbolic thing, but like I see parallels in like these places of like stores that are the only places of existence in iconic areas of youth, and like there's just no way that like Doc Campbell's post is not an area that he's been to, he's stopped at, he has pictures of probably of like him in front of it. Like it's just something you do if you're going to the Gila Hot Springs. Like you're gonna go to the store, and so I think that is potentially part of it. I think we're meant to explore all the way up to Snow Lake. I think we're meant to think Light Feather Hot Springs is a foot of 3. I think we're supposed to potentially fall for the traps up top, if only to explore it, if only to kind of come full circle and realize, hey, like if you go to an advanced level, this is all that the Gila Wilderness has to offer. But if you boil it down to a childhood wonder, it's this river corridor. It's this section of the river that connects this part of West Fork to this part of Middle Fork. That is in the literal shape of a check mark or like a Nike swoosh kind of. And I think that's really interesting. I think that's really compelling. And I have a level of conviction that I have not had previously. Just because, like, it felt very clean. I felt like a very clean explanation. It feels very clean in my head. It feels very symbolic. Yet it also gives you a conclusion where it is entirely possible that this area where it could be is less than 500 feet from the road into the monument, which is kind of like, no, forest hit it 500 feet from the road, challenge accepted. I'm going to do 499 feet or closer, and I think that could be in play. And yeah, I'm excited to find out. I love this area. Even though it's had like some of my low lows, like I went through a lot of trials and tribulations, and like I feel stronger for them in retrospect. Usually, sometimes in the moment I hate that I did it, or I don't think I'm going to make it back, or I think I'm going to die. But like usually in retrospect, it's a good memory, it's a good story. Like I lived life, and I think that is the point. So if this all did happen to be correct, like I'll make more content, but like wild ride. And like I'm so deeply appreciative of like the mental journey, like the physical journey, not immediately, like not overnight maybe, but like this could potentially like change my life. Like I like using my mind to try to like solve poems and riddles and try to uncover things that maybe I don't fully understand, and like I think there might be some puzzles or some hunts that like are beyond me. Like I'm just not smart enough maybe to do certain things. Like I would have never found the hidden recording clip. I never would have slowed it down, never would have heard it. Now that I remember that clue, that does work kind of well with my solve as well. Like the key to one direction lies in another. So I've always focused on like the middle fork, but maybe the middle fork, the key isn't that, it's that segment of the West Fork. So yeah, so that's what my solve is. I'll do more content, but I'm getting close to 10 minutes and I've done multiple, so that's it. Thanks. Bye.